The Main Idea Podcast.
Said food is the most intimate interaction that we have with nature. I thought that was a really interesting perspective from a chef. Just never really heard someone connect those two together like that. What makes you feel that way about our connection with food? And this is a viewpoint much beyond just the palate, right? Like you're not even mentioning taste here. You're not mentioning senses. It's just that food is something that's connecting us to the elements. And that's a unique view.
Yeah. Well, I think, I have so much to say about that, but okay, if we look at, and this was, from Thich Nhat Hanh, right? He had this book, How to Eat. And I remember reading it, and it's like, you look at a grain of rice, and what is in that grain of rice? It's the sun and the moon. It's the soil with our ancestors. It's the wind. It's the rain. It's, the pollinators. Maybe not pollinators for rice, but, point being, it's all encompassing. The entire world is in this morsel. And I think it's really inspiring. The reason I say it's the most intimate interaction we have with nature and oftentimes each other is because we consume it. We put it inside our bodies, and there's nothing really else we do, aside from like a human to human sexual interaction. And, and so I think that food inherently is this medium of like pleasure and your senses. It's impermanent, but it occurs over and over again. There is always going to be, knock on wood, another meal. There's going to be another opportunity, but 50 years from now, we'll see. But, it's like, it's so connected, right? And connecting to the pace of life through the viewpoint of food has always been interesting. Like, okay, I love watermelon. I can crush an entire watermelon in like 10 minutes. It takes 110 days for a watermelon to grow, right? Like,
I didn't even know that.
Right. It's remarkable. And right. And, you plant these seeds and you watch them sprout and you watch them grow. And, even I encourage everyone to just even plant, a small herb garden in a planter box or a window box, because connecting to the pace in which life grows, especially now when we're inundated with technology and, screen time and notifications, and the speed of life is very fast. It's really humbling to connect to the natural pace. And I think it's healthy for me.
I think, also food has always fascinated me, but one, because of what you said, right? It's like, it's one of the few things we've consciously, willingly put in our body. But it also has this power to create true emotions with people. Like there's been many instances in my life traveling around the world where I've been in a restaurant and I get the food and it just creates this experience that's punctuated. It punctuates your trip. It punctuates your vacation, your travel, wherever you are. And then there's different pockets of the world speak to different flavors. And it's a really unique way to share those experiences. It's especially with friends. I think about, dinners that we've had together where you've cooked for groups of friends. It's a powerful experience. You are using your skill set and your art form to create an emotional experience for other people. Like that's wild.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Abe.